Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Donna Gray and I'm bringing you a super cute card with some fun colouring techniques today. So this one here is a celebration stamp set. So it's celebration right now, January, February and March, if you're watching this in January, February, March 2020. So it's an awesome time to purchase through Stampin' Up. So for every $90 that you spend, if you live in Australia and you shop with me, and every $90 that you spend, you earn a free item. So one of the free items that I've earned is this Thoughtful Bloom stamp set. Now there is a level 2 item that you can earn with this that's a little punch that actually like matches the flower, but there's also coming in the 3rd of February, there is these beautiful coordinating framelits that you can purchase, and they've actually designed this framelit to go with this stamp set. So is it this stamp set? No, it actually might be the other. Sorry, I may be wrong. It could be that stamp set, or it could be, if I can find it here, Sending You Thoughts. It could be for this stamp set as well. Sending You Thoughts. So this one here has a couple of little flowers, but this one here is just a sentiment stamp set. It's another celebration stamp set as well. So I think it did say that it did coordinate with the Thoughtful Blooms. Anyway, so what I'm actually going to do is do a quick fun card and show you some colouring techniques using this gorgeous framelit for a start. So I've got some pieces of cardstock cut here. So I've got a base and it's in our balmy blue and it's cut at 5 3/4 inches this way by 8 inches that way. And I'll fold that in half to be our card base for our card, and I'll use my bone folder and just crease that nicely. And I'm just going to pop that aside, and then I'm going to bring in this Whisper White piece of cardstock. Now this is cut at 4 inches by 4 inches because the card front size that I end up with is 4 inches here by 5 3/4 inches. So I needed it big enough that this framelit was actually going to fit on it. And when I measured it, it worked out about 4 by 4. I could get that to sit comfortably on it. So that's what I've done. I've done a Whisper White piece there, 4 inches by 4 inches. So I'm just going to bring in the big shot. Now this is a really detailed framelit. So I did try cutting it out on watercolor paper and I had a bit of a hard time getting it to cut out. So I'm actually going to line it up there, and I'm going to run it through a couple of times just to be on the safe side to make sure all the flowers cut out nicely. So I just want to have like a border. This actually doesn't cut it out totally, like it will stay in this 4 by 4 piece. It doesn't cut around the outside of the circle. Okay, you'll understand what I mean when I have this cut and ready to go. So what I'm actually going to do, before I take my framelit off, I'm just going to flip that over and double check that that has cut out properly on the other side. And it has. It's quite nice. So I'm going to take that. Now what you've got to do is just pull all these pieces away. I'll get that big shot out of the way so you can see. Pull all these pieces out carefully around your flowers, and you'll see how awesome this framelit, this die is. Okay. So just be careful, make sure you push your flowers all through and get them to pop out properly. A little bit tedious to start off with, but super stunning when you see. Look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so we've got some cute little flowers all popping up. Okay, I'll just grab that and pop that out of the way. So we've got some cute little flowers popping out there, and there's a couple of pieces that I need to pop out with my Take Your Pick tool, which has gone missing off my desk. So I will just incorporate by using my tweezers and just pop out those little tiny pieces there. Now, what we're actually going to do is we're going to use the oval makeup brushes that you can buy just from, I got mine from eBay, and they're oval makeup brushes like this. So I thought what I would do is show you an awesome sponging technique, and I'll just zoom in a little bit so you can see a bit closer. So I'm just going to bring in a scrap of paper, and we're going to grab some ink colors here, which I have Night of Navy, Balmy Blue, and Pear Pizzazz. So on this card, we're actually going to have blue flowers. I know you're thinking, why in the world would you have blue flowers? But you know what? It's okay. It's crafting. They can be any color we want them to be. So I'm going to start with my Pear Pizzazz, and I'm just going to ink up my Pear Pizzazz, and I'm then going to hold these flowers down and just sponge with my Pear Pizzazz on the bottom of those flowers. So just getting a little bit of Pear Pizzazz on the bottom of those flowers. I'm just going to ink it up again, sponge it a bit more just to get a bit of a darker colour happening there. Okay, so straight away you can see we've got some nice colouring happening. So I'm just going to blend that out onto the sides a little bit. And then I'm going to grab another makeup brush and I'm going to come back through with my Balmy Blue, and we're going to do the flowers with our Balmy Blue. So I'm going to ink up my makeup brush. Once again, holding, I'm going to then go over our flowers. Now, it would be easy to do this before you actually cut it out. And I did think about doing that, but you actually have to know where you're going to place the sponging as well before you cut it out too. So you can do it either way, whatever you find is easier for you. And honestly, it's not that hard to sponge those gorgeous flowers like that. So you can see how easily we can do that. So I'm actually going to keep going with that Balmy Blue, and I'm just going to sponge all that top area so that this will emphasize on our card. It'll be the focal point on the front of our card. So I think that's given us a super, super nice look. Now, even with these pieces on this cutout, I'll get rid of that piece of paper. Now you can see that gorgeous look that we're getting. And I'm going to pop in a Night of Navy in behind as well. So you can see that just brings it out totally on the front of that card. But also these little pieces here, you can actually poke out and have those popping up on your card. So like that. So it creates a little bit more, and I'm just going to do every second one because they're two totally different shapes. So I just think I'll just pop up every second one out of there. And that just gives a little bit more texture and a little bit more dimension to that die cutout. This is absolutely stunning. There's so many things that I think that I will do with this. And I even thought about using our pigment sprinkles with it. And creating a lovely look with pigment sprinkles. So I just decided that the sponging technique here with the makeup brushes would be the easiest to start off with today. But I will bring you some more videos with what we can actually do with this awesome framelit that we have that's a coordination product. As I said, it's coming on the 3rd of February. Okay, so I've now got my Night of Navy base, and I'm actually going to glue, I'm going to pop this one up. That's right, I'm going to pop this one up with some dimensionals. So I'm just going to grab some dimensionals and pop some dimensionals on the back. So I'm just going to pop them in the corners on the back, and then I'm going to, with a couple of these flowers, I'm going to pop some mini dimensionals just on the back of the flowers. just so that they will pop up nicely on our card. So I'm going to pop one there. Now, it's okay to pop mini dimensionals on these little tiny flowers because I'm actually going to use some embellishment. So you're not going to see that little mini dimensional on the back of those flowers going through that hole. You're not actually going to see it because I am going to go over the top with some embellishments. So just pop, and it's a little bit time consuming, but I can tell you the effect is going to be awesome in the end by spending the time just popping these little dimensionals on the back. It feels like it brings back memories a little bit like the floating frame technique, all these dimensionals on the back here. But it's super, super cute. So there's one there. And one just there. Oh no, I've got another little one there. Nearly missed this little baby down here. Okay. So now I'm just going to take the time to take the backings off those dimensionals. So bear with me, it will take me a little bit of time. And then we will be able to get that onto our card layer. And try not to stick to your little mini dimensionals with your other hand. It just, it is such a beautiful little framelit that you can use for your spring crafting. I think it would make a super, super fun card for people to get in the letterbox, a little bit of happy mail. Especially if someone's living in like a cold, wintry area, this would be enough to brighten up their day to get a nice, beautiful spring card like this. I know that some people that live in areas where it snows, they love getting bright, florally cards to bring them out of that cold, cold climate that they're in. It makes them imagine that they're in a nice, beautiful, sunny garden with some beautiful spring flowers, because there's nothing better than spring. And this dimensional didn't want to come off, but I've done it. Okay, so now I want to straddle this on my Night of Navy piece of cardstock, and I'm going to do it up towards the top because I'm going to be putting a sentiment down the bottom. So I'm going to make sure that I've got that straight and even on both sides, which I think I do. So I'm just going to pop that down, pop that down. Oh, I mustn't have taken the backing off that one. I didn't. Any wonder it wasn't sticking down. And then just press your flowers into place. But you can see having those dimensionals behind has just made that sit really nicely. Now I'm also going to bring in, we've got these beautiful Country Club Twine combo pack. Now this Twine combo pack is to do with the golfing set, but I thought it was perfect to pop some of this Night of Navy twine around this gorgeous card. It was a great fit. So I'm just going to, on the back, I'm just going to pop a little bit of double-sided tape across the end of that twine, like so. And then I'm just going to wrap it around a couple of times, just like that. And then I'm going to pop some double-sided tape on the back to hold that in place. Okay, and with my scissors, just trim that off. Okay, so, and I'm just going to move that down and into place a little bit more because I want it down a little bit further. So that's looking super cute. I think I'm going to pop a little bow, so I'm going to tie a bow with my twine. That's looking pretty cute. And trim that off. I'm going to grab a glue dot and pop my bow on a glue dot. And I'm just going to pop that bow just there. Okay, so that's looking cute. Now, in this framelit set, we actually have this gorgeous, cute little framelit here, which I thought would be really, really nice for the sentiment to go on. And it's, whoops, and it's got some great little holes that punch out with it as well. So I'm just going to grab a piece of Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to grab the sentiment that says, I'm going to actually grab this congratulations. I think it will fit. Let me see. Congratulations. Yes, it will. I'm just going to pop the sticker on the back. Sorry, I'm the first time using it, so I'll do that. That's it there. So I'm just going to pop the sticker on the back so I can see where I'm stamping. Okay, congratulations. Just like so. I'm going to pop that onto a block. Okay. And I'm just going to, on this Whisper White piece with my Night of Navy, I'm just going to stamp congratulations, just like so. And that was using Night of Navy ink. And then I'm just going to bring in the Big Shot again, and we will cut that out with that gorgeous sentiment framelit that comes in that coordination bundle. So I'll bring the Big Shot back in again. Oh, I should probably zoom out a little bit. Okay. And then we're just going to pop that framelit. I've got my magnetic platform, so I'm just going to line that up and make sure it's nice and straight with my framelit and run that through. And you will see that we have this super cute, gorgeous sentiment label. So as you can see, look at the nice little holes that it cuts out. Absolutely super cute. Now the other thing that we have in this set of framelits is we have these cute little flowers as well. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to grab a piece of Balmy Blue cardstock, if I have some. Let me see here. Do you know what? I'm going to do it in Pacific Point, just for something a little bit different. I'm going to run that through the Big Shot, so I just got it out of the way and I'm putting it back in there again. Although no, I have Balmy Blue here. Oh. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that on there. I'm going to throw those little flowers just on there. And I'm going to run that through the Big Shot. And we get some of these super cute little flowers, as you can see here. So we've got some super cute little flowers that cuts out. So I'm just going to use a couple of those little flowers just on my sentiment. Okay, so I'll grab my card base once again. I'm going to pop my layer up onto my card base. So with some dimensionals again. I will pop some dimensionals on the back. It's always good when you do some twine to use some dimensionals, because the twine actually makes some bulkness on that layer. So if you don't pop up that layer, you may find that it will sit a bit bumpy on the front of your card. So I always tend to pop them up on dimensionals, and it allows then room for that twine that's been wrapped around. It allows room for it to sit, and your layer will sit nicely on your card. So just take those backings off. Pop that onto the front of my card. So just nicely like that. Then I'm going to pop up my sentiment layer on the bottom here. Oh. My dimensionals want to stick to my fingers today. So as I said, everything that I'm using in this video today can be purchased through my online store. The framelits will be available on the 3rd of February. Or if you join my team right now in Celebration, you can actually purchase these framelits right now. Us as demonstrators are allowed to purchase the framelits right now, the coordination products. And you will see there's quite a few coordination products that they've brought out. So it's making our Celebration items go even further, which is fantastic. So that dimensional, I probably should have used a mini on the back of there. It's a little bit big for that, but I'll just trim it back. So I'm just going to pop one little flower here. And this little flower, I'm going to use a little mini dimensional on it. There. And we'll pop him just there. And now, of course, we need to bring in a little bit of bling. So I've got my rhinestones out here, and I've also, oh, and wow, I just found my Take Your Pick tool after all that. Right here. So I've got some rhinestones here that I wanted to add to the middle of my flowers. So I'm just going to go with just the basic rhinestones. Yeah. Yep, so just the basic rhinestones. Oh wow, I've put that in a different way and trying to see with my eyesight. Wow, and I've got my glasses on. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my my rhinestones and just pop into the center of the flowers. Just make sure you press them down really well to make sure that they stick into that. You've got the stickiness of the dimensional behind too, which is really, really good. So it helps stick your bling on. And I'm just going to do one in that flower and a little one in that flower there. Now, just to finish it off, I want to use my Wink of Stella just to give it a little bit of shimmer and shine. So this is a technique, and you need to make sure that you've got everything cleared because it's a little bit messy, and it does make a mess on your desk, so you need to wipe your desk down afterwards. So I'm just going to squeeze it a little bit and hopefully get some Wink of Stella coming out. There it is. Okay, hopefully get some Wink of Stella coming out. And then I'm just going to, on something hard and firm, flick it over the front of my card. So you just bash away and flick it nicely, and it creates some gorgeous, beautiful shimmer on your card. Hopefully you can see that in the light, the shimmer that it creates. But it's absolutely simply stunning. So I hope you really, really enjoyed this video today. Now, if this is the first time that you have seen a video of mine, first time you've been on my YouTube channel, feel free to click the subscribe button down below and click the little bell notification, because if you click that bell notification every time I upload a video, you will get notified when I've got a brand new video on my YouTube channel. So once again, my name is Donna Gray. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Northern Rivers area in New South Wales, Australia. And you can purchase any of the items that I have used in this video through my online store, which I would really appreciate. The link is also in the show more box down below to get to my online store. So thank you, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day, and until next time, happy crafting. Bye for now.